Hey everyone, and welcome to Biking with Campbell. Today I am going to share with you my favourite channels. Now, being a YouTuber is not easy. I won't moan about how difficult and challenging it is sometimes, especially with the new algorithm that YouTube's using, which is making getting views really challenging. But I really want to share with you some of my favourite channels so that you can give them some love and also find some entertainment, because if you're anything like me, you find yourself looking for content and sometimes it just feels like there's nothing to watch. So anyway, I'm going to share my favourites with you. Maybe at the end you can consider the ones that I've shared with you, go and check them out. But also maybe I've missed some really good channels. So if there's channels that you like, share them in the comments below. And
I need to go fast, oh so fast, faster than the rest, I need to go fast, oh so fast, fast like lightning, oh yeah.
well, feels not too good. Yep, that was a bit hurty. And my bike is a bit downhill. So everyone, without further ado, let's just launch into it. These channels are not in any particular order. They're all my favourite channels, and so the order of them is just random. Number one, let's talk about Big Rock Moto. That channel's run by Ian. He does motorbike tests, long-term adventure bike tests, some gear tests, some luggage tests, and also the odd ride. What's special about Big Rock Moto? Well, what's really interesting with Ian is that he gives really unbiased reviews of the motorcycles, and they also happen to be often really long-term reviews or ownership reviews. He seems to buy and sell a lot of his own bikes. He's really up to date and seems to ride almost every single brand new adventure bike. Anyway, check him out. He is amazing. I was looking at his views and they are quite high, but to be honest, they should be much higher for what he is offering us as adventure bike riders. Second on my list is Lyle Pavey of Brake Magazine. I really love Lyle Pavey's videos. They are of a really high quality. His production values are really high. He's very efficient with the way he tells his stories and does his reviews. He also does rider tips as well as sometimes might do the odd gear review. But yeah, he's first rate, amazing visuals, really professional, and as I say, great presentation from Lal. One of my all-time favourites, and someone I am actually a Patreon supporter of, is MVDBR, which is Maryvale Dirt Bike Riders. I started watching Josh when he was riding his Yamaha T7, and he was doing a lot of single track and I wouldn't say like hard enduro, but he was doing kind of enduro type stuff on his T7, and it was really cool. One of my favourite things that Josh does is he does overnight camps, and he often tells you a little story or just has a little discussion around the campfire and stuff, and so you really feel like you're on the adventure with him. And yep, he's a great rider. Currently he's riding a 690 KTM Enduro, and so obviously he's doing slightly harder single track, and that's a bike that he really loves. One of the things that I also really like on that channel is, if you are an Africa Twin rider, he has a compilation of a guy called, I think his name was Mad Mike or Mad Mick, and he had an Africa Twin basically identical to the one that I've got, my 2016 Africa Twin, and he does some crazy stuff on it, basically doing the same stuff that Josh is doing on his T7. So yeah, really well worth checking out some of those older vids like that. Another awesome YouTuber is On The Back Wheel. He's another Aussie rider, and he's a hard charger. He's doing a lot of bike reviews, and he is quite a new channel, but he's just gone from strength to strength to strength to strength. He was invited on the most recent CF Moto launch, the 800 MTX. So yeah, he's achieving great things really quickly, and his channel's really gathering momentum. Very entertaining, and he's done some long-term reviews. He's got a CF Moto 450 MT that he had for a while. Don't know if he's still got it. Currently he's got an 800 MTX CF Moto, and prior to that he had a V-Strom 800, the DE, and so you can see those long-term reviews, see how he likes the bikes. I think he hangs on to them for about a year, does a bunch of videos with them, and yeah, he's really awesome to check out. And he does like little videos where he, you know, adds accessories and stuff like that and shows you how to do it. Next is Dork In The Road. Dork In The Road is run by Ben, and he's a solid rider. He's the perfect kind of person to watch if maybe you're a little newer to off-road riding, adventure riding and that kind of thing. And he often discusses bikes that are really suitable for entry-level adventure bike riders. Talks about all the gear that you need. He's got another channel where he talks about all the equipment that you could get, how to camp off the back of a bike, all that kind of thing. I think the thing that makes Ben from Dork In The Road really special is that he's very welcoming and entertaining, and his videos are well thought out and well produced, and he gives great advice. And yeah, there's that thing of being, you know, really accessible to beginners. Next is someone that I'm sure you have all heard of and are super familiar with, and that's Adam Riemann of Motology Films. Now, I think he's approaching 1 million subscribers, and for good reason. Like, his production values are off the planet. His storytelling is off the planet. His riding is really exceptional. He is a very, very good rider. He comes from an enduro background, but he also comes from a journalistic background. So he combines these two skills of riding bikes to a really high level in very interesting places whilst telling great stories and capturing fantastic footage and that sort of thing. He is a must. If you're into adventure bike riding, you really must check out Motology Films. The next person is someone who's really amazing, but I think doesn't have as many followers as he could. And what makes him really impressive is just his riding pedigree. And that is Chris Birch of Say No to Slow. He is a KTM ambassador. He's ridden for them for years and years and years, and his background in enduro is pretty amazing. He is an ex-New Zealand Enduro Champ winner. He is a 8 times Roof of Africa winner. He has raced in the Red Bull's Romaniacs and won that. And he also has a first place in the Paris-Dakar in the novice category. Anyway, his videos are really cool. Sometimes his footage is a little bit iffy and his camera's not pointed in exactly the right direction, that kind of thing. But he does some really exciting riding. One of my favorite videos was him and another guy. He was on I think he was on an 890, and the other guy was on a full dirt bike, and they rode into this canyon, and it's got tighter and tighter and tighter until they were like kind of riding along the edge of this hill. There's a creek below. They had to drop into the creek. They had to basically pull his bike up a bank, and then they went down through and up, and eventually they got out. But it was so exciting, and yeah, he does some really amazing videos. Usually riding big bikes, KTM 1290s and 890Rs, and just doing like really what I would call hardcore enduro on these big bikes. So yeah, if you want to see some impressive riding, check out Chris Birch, Say No to Slow. My last mention, and by no means least mention, goes out to Mad TV. Mad TV is run by Dave and a guy called Clubby. They are older riders like myself. Might be a fraction older than me. They are really, really, really experienced riders. They're very, very good riders. I think they both come from a dirt bike background, so they have those off-road skills. And as well as that, Dave is a journalist, a motorcycle journalist, and has been working in that genre for a long time. So his knowledge is really, really good. They test a whole lot of the new adventure bikes as they come out. They go to a lot of the press launches in Australia, and they're often some of the first people to get some of these bikes for long-term reviews, especially in the Southern Hemisphere. Anyway, so they're really worth a look. My favourite video that they did was they did the Royal Enfield Himalayan 450 versus the CF Moto 450 MT, and they went hardcore off-road on those bikes and took them places that I would never take an adventure bike. I just, because I just don't have the confidence and probably not the skill, if I'm honest. So they're really awesome to check out, especially if you want to see some really balanced, well thought out reviews. So there's my list. It's by no means an exhaustive list. I watch a few other channels. Crank It is a really good channel if you want to watch sort of micro documentaries. Anyway, so comment below. Tell me which one was your favourite, and if I've missed any, or you've got a favourite that you would like to share with me, so I've got more content to watch, because I'm always looking for more stuff to watch as far as adventure bike stuff goes, then please leave a comment below, and also tell me what you think of Studio B. If you're a viewer who's watched a bunch of my channels, you'll be used to the old Studio, which is like literally just there, and I think you will have seen this one with the seat before, but I've since done it up in the last few days. I think there's a few more bits to go. I might put a big picture frame in or something like that. Anyway, everybody, thanks very much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and please share with anyone who could be interested in my content. That will really help me out. And remember, God bless, ride fast, and take chances. Biking with Campbell. Bye. Okay, we'll see you later. You can go now. Thanks for coming. See you all later. Come back again, you all here. Cheers.